Okay. uh, I just ended my dash. It's 11 o'clock, and I had the last 2 nights I had issues with incomplete deliveries, and they were two different issues. But I got to give Doordash support a shout out, because in both cases they helped me out. The first one was last night. A guy, I took an order. The guy, when I hit directions to get his address, it took me to the wrong house. And so there's another little icon, like the house icon on Android. I'm on Android. If you click on that, it opens up maps for the pin. So I tried that, and it took me to a completely different place. But it took me to it was like an office building, like an apartment office building. And so I thought, well, maybe somebody's working in the office. So I get the order and I walk up to the door, and right as I ring the bell, because it was a leave at the door, or actually it was a hand it to me. When I go to ring the bell, I get a text. The text says, leave the order on the bench outside. And I look down, and there's a bench outside the door. So I leave the order on the bench, and I go on about, it was a stacked order that I was on, so I went ahead on to my next delivery. And I get a text, and the text, after I left the order on the bench, I took a picture and sent a text saying it's on the bench, have a nice night. Well, as I get down the road, I get a text saying, no, it's not on the bench. All I see on my bench is some water bottles. And so I'm like, oh, here we go. So I asked him, I remembered the house, the actual number on the building, and I asked him if that was the right one. He said it wasn't. He said it was a completely different one. So I'm like, okay, let me drop this order off. I'll go back and pick it up, and I'll take it to where you're at. So he said, okay, thank you. So I dropped the order off. I start heading back to go pick it up, and I was like, can you just resend me the full address? Because all he sent me was the number, the house number or whatever. So I said, can you send me the full address? And I got no response. So I already know what's happening. He's knocking me for incomplete delivery. And as I'm pulling in to go pick up that order, because it was still sitting on the bench, I get an offer for the same amount from the same restaurant as the order that I'm going to pick up. So I know what happened. He marked it as incomplete, and I just got offered that same order to go back. So I declined it, and then I pulled into the place, got the order, put it back in the hot bag, and called support. And I tell support what happened. They verified it. They said it wasn't my fault. It was the customer's fault. They were like, I'm gonna put an appeal in and everything for my end. He was like, you're good to go. Your account's not gonna get dinged. And he was like, go about your day. And I mean, it was cool. It was easy. It didn't take very long. And on top of that, I got a free meatball sub out of it. So that was last night. Tonight, my last order of the night. I don't know what it is. It's always the last order of the night. I get an order from Buffalo Wild Wings. So I take it, drop it off. It's at a duplex. So like there's a side A and a side B. The order was for side B. Well, when I pull into the lot or the driveway, there's cars all in the driveway. So the only spot is on side A. So I pull in there. I walk around, take the order to B, drop it off. It was a contactless delivery. So I take the photo, say, your order's at the door, have a nice night. And as I'm walking back to my car, there's two guys on the porch of side A, and they noticed me walking back to the car, and I thought they were eyeballing me because I was in their side of the driveway. So I was just trying to get out of there. Well, I get down the road and I ended my dash. I was logging my mileage and getting ready to get me something to drink. Shout out Come and Go. And as I'm about to walk in, I get the incomplete delivery notice. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So I go back to that house and I park. I don't go knock on the door or confront them or anything like that. I park in the street, not directly in front of the house, but next door. So, and it's a dead end street. So like I'm parked, like the house is here. I'm parked here facing, you know, the other. I had turned around. It was ready. It was facing the opposite way. And then I called support. I had already ended my dash, so I had to start a new dash just so I could talk to somebody live. But I told them what had happened. I said, I'm currently in front of the house. I said, I've looked at the mailbox. I have verified that I'm at the right place. I can see the porch from here. I said, the food has already been taken in. And I was like, I don't know what to do because I don't want to get deactivated. And I know that I've delivered this food. So he puts me on hold and comes back and he says, you know, I verified he said, I checked your account. Everything you said is correct. You delivered to the place. You took the photo. He was like, hold on just a second. Let me put you back on hold and do some more digging on my end. So I'm on hold for a little bit longer. And as I'm on hold, I see that door open and shut really fast. Kind of like a, oh shit, you know, he's here. I guess they didn't expect me to come back. But like I said, I was in the street. I wasn't in their driveway. I didn't confront them. I didn't talk to them, nothing. I just stayed in my car and I was on the phone with support. So he comes back and he says, okay. He was like, I'm going to put a note in on my end. He said, your rating's not going to get dinged. You're not going to be deactivated. He was like, I'm going to send you an email. Just go ahead and fill out the form. It takes me to the incomplete notice form or whatever. He said, just fill out the form and tell them and put in everything that you've told me. He was like, you're good to go. He said, I verified everything and you're good. And I was like, thank you so much. I said, I was so worried about getting deactivated. I said, this has happened to me before and I didn't call support. I felt, you know, the first time I should have done exactly what I'm doing now. I should have went back to the apartment, sat outside and, you know, called support and did exactly what I'm doing, what I just did. And, but I didn't. So on my account, it has a contract violation, even though I filled out the form and said they got the delivery. Like, they never answered me back, but the contract violation's still on there. So I was so worried about getting deactivated, but I called support and I even checked my ratings as soon as I ended that call. And I started a new dash just to talk to support. So after I talked to them, I ended that dash and then checked my ratings. Ratings were all the same. There was no additional contract violation on there. And, I mean, like I said in another video, every time I've called support, they've helped me out. I don't know if it's different in different areas, but like, if something happens, don't freak out about it. Call support. Let them help you out. But don't, like, take care of it right away. Don't let it Like, don't wait 2 days later and put your form in or whatever. Take care of it right then, so that you know the details are fresh in your mind. You know everything that happened, and support can usually help you out. And like I said, he had already put a note, just like the guy last night. They both put in notes from their end saying that they took care of everything, that I was in the right. And yeah, I mean, shout out to support. I've seen other videos where support catches a bad rap, people saying that DoorDash sides with the customers and that you're just going to get deactivated no matter what. But in my experience, they've helped me. So, I mean, all I can speak to is my experience with them. But for me, everything's been good. And I just wanted to update you guys on that. And I did get the body cam, but the one that I got, it wasn't a good one. Like, I couldn't really, it wouldn't fit on me right. So I got a different one now, and it's one that clips and you can spin it. I got it for Christmas. Thanks, Ashley. And like, you can clip it to a shirt, and the clip rotates, so you can change the different angles on it. So, but I gotta set it up, and since I got my second scammer, then I guess I better go ahead and get it set up and start using it. But I mean, like, I'm gonna use it, but I'm also gonna call support if this happens again, because like I said, they helped me out. So shout out to support, thank you. And had a good night other than that. I mean, I only worked 2 hours and made, I think, $54, something like that. So not bad. But that was my story. Thanks for listening. Have a good night.